everyone, I'm Sue and welcome back for another episode of Does This Notion Really Work? And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the Hotee cordless hotfix rhinestone applicator. And don't forget to subscribe below and click the little dinger button. This way you get alerts every time I upload a video. The Hotee was invented by Sandy of Vision Trims and Crafts. Sandy has been servicing the fashion, craft quilting, and sewing industry for over 20 years. I recently had the pleasure of working next to Sandy at a trade show. We were what you call booth mates. That means that you are next to somebody for the next 3 to 4 days, and you better hope you like them. And fortunately, I got really lucky with Sandy. Not only did he help me set up my booth in places that I physically was not tall enough for, but he also helped me with providing me with water. He gave me like bottles of water every day, and he also made sure I was able to step away from my booth as needed. So he was the perfect booth mate. In 2017, Sandy invented the Hotee, and the cool thing about this is that it's cordless. So now you can take this when you go traveling for sewing classes or retreats, and even in your own sewing or crafting space. In fact, in my own sewing room, I only have 2 outlets, and that's got a supply for my sewing machine, my iron, my lights, everything. So I really don't have a lot of extra outlets to supply. And what's really great is the Hotee is cordless. Sandy was telling me a really funny story about how there was a consumer and she was taking a class at a sewing retreat. And the instructor had 20 students, and with 20 students who need, their sewing machine plugged in, their iron, and whatever else. And what was interesting is they had to actually take numbers in order to use the iron because there was that few power outlets. So she whipped out her Hotee and that little tip right there, and she used it to iron those small seams. Now, how clever is that? So let's go ahead and take a closer look at the Hotee and find out all kinds of cool stuff this little guy can do. So let's go ahead and open the Hotee up, and you'll notice that it's got standard packaging with a little plastic top and a cardboard back. And we're just going to open this up and take a look at our Hotee. It measures 1.5 inches tall at the end and also over the blue button. It also measures 7 inches long from the metal tip to the very end of the plastic base. The metal tip measures 1/2 inch long, and the tip of it measures 3/8 inch wide. You're going to need 3 AA batteries, and you're going to want to make sure that they are nice, fresh, brand new batteries. You can also use the rechargeable ones, but make sure they're fully charged. In the top portion of the Hotee, you're going to put the first one in with the positive side facing down. On the other side, you're going to put 2 of them with the negative side facing down. So make sure you follow the instructions and slip the little cover back on. In order to turn the Hotee on, you're going to need to press this little on-off switch. But you'll notice in order to really turn it on, you're going to need to actually press the top blue button. So you're going to turn it to the on position and hold the blue button down. In order to heat it up, you're going to need to hold it for 10 seconds. Once you've heated it up, just keep in mind that that metal tip is going to get hot, so keep your fingers away from it. And you're going to hold your Hotee just like you do a pencil. Okay, let's go ahead and start using our Hotee. In order to turn it on, again, you're going to turn it to the on position, and you're going to hold it for 10 seconds. I found that while I was holding it and getting it ready to heat up, I actually took that time and arranged my crystals. Then you're going to just push down with a little bit of pressure, and you're going to hold the tip of the Hotee on top of the crystal for about 15 seconds or so. I found that because I was using a quilted, heavier surface, I needed to hold them a little bit longer. When you're finished, just cool them off, and you'll find that those guys aren't going to go anywhere. It is machine and dry cleaning safe. I thought it'd be fun to show you from a different angle how this actually looks. And again, you're going to want to hold that on button while you're pushing it in, and use the weight of your body to push down. Don't feel like you have to strain your wrist to do this. Just kind of like lean into it, and you'll find that it heats up really well. I also think it's cool that in a pinch, if you need a hot iron type surface, you can use your Hotee. So make sure you use a pressing mat like the one I have here. It could be a small traveling portable one. And just press your seams to one side and or open, and of course don't forget to press the top seam. But honestly, in a pinch, this little guy really does a good job. And I just thought it'd be worth mentioning that on the front, of course, you've got all the cool things that this Hotee will do, but on the back side you have a really nice detailed list of instructions, and more importantly, you have the caution and warnings. I did want to mention though from the instructions that it does say that you should only use the Hotfix rhinestone glass crystals with the Hotfix glue already on the back of the stones, and do not use acrylic or plastic stones. I think this is really important because in my personal stash of stones, I have some of those plastic stones. So just wanted to give you a heads up on that. And then about the cautions and warnings, just again, you can take a look at them when you get your package, but it's kind of common sense stuff like, the tool is going to be hot, make sure that you use fresh batteries. If it gets dropped, don't, and it's busted up, don't use it. It's probably not going to work. But also it does mention about turning it off for storage. So if you're going to not use your Hotee for a little while, be sure to take the batteries out, because it's just like any other device where it requires batteries, you're going to want to remove those for storage. And of course, this is not a toy. Even though I did let my 8-year-old daughter use it, it's still something that should be supervised by adults. So what did you think of that little Hotee? It sure can do a lot of cool things, or I should say hot things, I guess. And you're probably wondering, where can you get your very own Hotee? Well, you can ask your local dealer because they are sold worldwide. You can also click below. There are a few links here where you can buy it right online. And you're probably also wondering, how much does this little Hotee cost? Well, it retails for $19.99. And if you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. And if you like what I'm talking about, leave comments in the below and tell us what other things you would like to hear about as well. And of course, I'm going to ask you one more time, be sure to subscribe and click the little dinger button, and that way you get alerts every time I upload a video. And if you like social media, be sure to follow me over at Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. And also, don't forget to join my Facebook fan club. It's Sue Very Designs fan club, and this way you can post your own pictures of things you're working on, of my products, and you can just join in the fun of the daily conversations that we have over there. And until I see you next time, I hope you have a creative day. Bye-bye! If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe below. And don't forget, you can also follow me on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. Have a creative day. Bye-bye!